Okay, this is your substitute teacher for today. Cyrus will be leading you through the postures. Actually, he's more of a restorative yoga guy. He'll be 20 in 3 weeks, but I'm gonna have to move him. So welcome to Core Flow 11. A couple quick things. DerekBarris.com/yoga for schedule information, donation links, and next Sunday I'll be doing a small group workshop. It'll be the third one that I've done, and they've been a lot of fun being able to interact with people. So I'll be posting that today on my website, so you can find information there. And as for today, I've mentioned the last couple of classes, I have this new microphone system, which is awesome. It sounds much better, but with the way that the movements happen, I know sometimes it gets a little muddled. I have a cord arriving today that should take care of that, because then I can make it a true lav mic. And I'm saying that because what I've noticed is with the stretch session on Thursday, when I moved much slower and paid attention to it, there wasn't as much ruffling around. So the point there is that today we are going to do a core flow, but we're also going to do a slow flow instead of a more dynamic fast movement, which will require longer holds. And we're still going to build up plenty of heat and movement, but sometimes you work with the barriers that you have, the limitations, like streaming classes on YouTube instead of in person. So at least for today, we're really going to just focus on form, engagement, and we'll build heat that way. All right, time to move this guy. So we are going to start on our backs, and we're going to do a bit of core engagement as we always do on Saturdays. So you can begin by drawing your knees into your chest and circling on your back for a moment. And so usually pre-pandemic, I would take my friend Francis's class every Saturday morning, and my friend Justine would practice next to me. Go ahead and take Happy Baby for a moment and just move around with that. And Justine is a Pilates teacher at Equinox, so a colleague as well. And she posted a couple of great Pilates movements that I'm going to steal. And I told her already in advance I'm going to steal them. And that's going to be part of our warm-up today. But one of them will be glute focused and one will be oblique focused. But before we get into that, place your feet on the ground and windshield wipe your legs a few times. And as you do this, pay specific attention to your shoulders staying down, your upper back staying down, so you're moving from your midsection. Because in one of those movements, we're gonna really need to keep that engagement so that we're firing up our obliques specifically and not relying on our shoulders or our hips. So before we get to those two moves, I gotta prepare for them. So walk your feet in for a bridge pose. Bring your forearms down next to your hips. And let's just take a few repetitions of bridge. As you inhale, roll up, push your forearms down. And then as you exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, rolling down. And one more, inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to build from that. As you inhale, as you roll up, bring your right knee towards your chest and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. As you exhale, put your foot down, roll down through your spine. Inhale, left leg. So as you pull up, knee comes to chest, left heel extends up to the ceiling, drive through your forearms. And then exhale, bring it down in one piece. Let's take 2 more rounds, right side. Lower it down. Left side. Lower it down. So trying to stretch out your breath with the movement. One more, right side. And release. And left side. And bring it down. Now, in your preparation for bridge here, with your hips down Engage your abdominal muscles, try to flatten your lower back towards the ground, and then extend both legs up to the ceiling in one piece. Squeeze your inner thighs to start. Now you can always keep your forearms and head down. This is just a little classical Pilates here. Otherwise, think of the hundreds. Lift your chest and up and arms forward. And then we're just gonna do reciprocal switches. So lower your right leg almost to the ground, and then switch. Left leg down, right leg up. And we're just gonna take 10 sets there. Keep engaging from center. So trying to keep your lower back flattened on the ground. Try to make the movement even so the scissoring action works at the same speed in both directions. All right, there's 5, 5 more. Final 3. And 1. And release. Take a breath, everything relaxes. Now, anything you just did, whatever version you did of that, you can do again, or we're gonna do a double version of that, or double leg lifts. So for this one, take your hands behind your head, interlace, and you can stay with your head down, and you have that little webbing with your hands. Otherwise, lift your legs up, lift your head up, and now we're in this almost crunch position. We're not crunching. We're gonna just leave our elbows extending away from each other, squeeze your inner thighs, lower your legs almost to the ground in one piece, and then with control, lift the back up 1. And again, if you need to protect your lower back, you can slide your hands under your lower back or have your forearms down, which will give you a little more control of that. Otherwise, lower back is flattening down. Maybe your chest lifts a little higher. There's 4. There's 5. We got 5 more. If you want to up level, extend both arms up overhead as if there's a block between your hands for the last 5. Try to resist your back curving a bit here as you lower down. Last 3. And there's your engagement. Lift your chest a little higher for 2. And 1. And hug your knees into your chest as you lie back. Okay, one more here, and then we'll get to those movements that I warned you about. So we're going to do reciprocal raises, and we're going to twist with them. Now we'll get into our obliques a little bit. So both legs up to the ceiling, squeeze your inner thighs, extend your arms overhead, interlace. Inhale. Now as you exhale, bring your right elbow outside of your left thigh, reach your right leg almost to the ground, left leg is up. Now as you lift your right leg, extend your arms overhead, come to center, and then left leg down, twist left elbow, right thigh. Right. Inhale, take that little pause in center, twist on the exhale. Inhale, up and over, twist on the exhale. 3 more rounds. Always notice sometimes core work gets done very quickly, and that's not always beneficial. So we're trying to control every movement we're doing here. Final 2 rounds. Okay, last round. Come back to center, hug your knees in. Okay, next 2 are the movements I was prepping. So we're gonna do 10 on each side. One is based in bridge. So bring your forearms down next to your hips, your feet are prepared. Now from there, these are a little bit quicker now. They rely on the engagement and that firing of the glute when we go to the leg extension part. So to begin, lift your hips up into a bridge, drive your forearms down, draw your right knee to your chest. Now extend your right leg straight so your right knee is even with your left knee. Now keep that leg straight, or actually don't. Lower your hips almost to the ground, pull your right knee in, and then as you lift your hips, drive your right leg straight. 1. Inhale. 2. So pushing some force. Inhale slow, and then exhale, boom, explode. We'll do 10, so 7 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Notice how important your form's here. Driving down for 3. Last 2. And 1. Put your foot down, lower down. Take a breath. Okay, thanks Justine for that. We got to do the other side. Forearms down, start with the bridge, lift your hips up. Left knee to chest, and then left leg straight up high. There's our beginning position. Now lower your hips almost down, left knee in, and then drive up 1. Inhale, 2. Keep going. 5 more. Can you lift your hips a little higher on that explosion? Last 4. Final 2. And 1. And release. Drop your knees, windshield wipe. Okay, I think that was the most intense one. This one's good. This one's obliques, but also a nice stretch. You're gonna bring your knees together and then roll over onto your left side. So I'll start facing the camera on the first one. Now, interlace your hands behind your head, kind of like an accordion, so your elbows point away. Your left shoulder is down, and that's key. You're gonna keep your left shoulder down. All you're gonna do, squeeze your inner thighs, knees are bent. So you're in this little fetal position. Your head is down too. Just lift your right elbow and turn into a twist so your chest spins up, nothing else moves, and then close it back. Inhale, open. 2. Inhale. So what I love about this is my right knee wants to lift as I open up, and that's where I'm resisting. So I'm squeezing my inner thighs as I open into the twist. Not really thinking too much about a number here, because as the top of the inhale, I just like to pause for a moment, right? Get a little deeper in the twist. So I'm going to take 3 more, so that'll be 8, but you're moving at your tempo. If you're very twisty, your right shoulder may get all the way down. I'm almost there. Last one. And release to center. See, that was a nice progression because at the beginning, getting my shoulder down wasn't happening, and by the last one, I was there. So see if you can just keep expanding your range of motion. Okay, let's try this other side. Take your left elbow up and open. And twist down. Keep going. I'm going to take about 4 more. Wherever you are, last one. Okay, come back to center, hug your knees in, and then rock forward and back. Cross your, cross your shins, and let's come right up to downward facing dog. Move any cats out of the way if they're there. Sorry, buddy. There you go. And then take a moment, pedal out through your feet. So, been on our back about 14 minutes there. Just see how that feels for a moment. Now from your down dog, right, if we were in stretch session Thursday, we did this, and it's a nice little warm up. So from your down dog, bend your knees almost to the ground, about halfway, and drive your sitting bones up to the ceiling, and then keeping that engagement of your sitting bones pressing up, slowly straighten your legs by driving your heels to the ground. Now keep that action of your heels driving down. Roll out to plank pose. Just take a breath in plank. Drive your heels back. Stay strong in center. And then pull up to downward facing dog. Like I said, taking our time today with this. Bend your knees. Sitting bones up. Now just start from your heels. Imagine your heels driving to the ground as you straighten your legs. Roll out to plank. Strong from center, maybe a chaturanga. Back to plank. From center, pulling you back, downward facing. Okay, one more. Bend your knees a lot and then drive your sitting bones up. Imagine your heels touching. Drive your legs straight. Come out to plank. Hold or bend. Press back. From center, pull it back. Downward facing. Now bend your knees, sitting bones up. Notice how that creates some space. Pull your right knee to your chest, round forward to plank, push the ground away, step slowly into lunge. Lower your back knee. Take your hands behind your head, interlace. Sink down into your left hip, widen through your elbows, take a breath. Staying in your lunge. As you inhale, extend your arms up, maybe a Venus Mudra if you keep your hands clasped. As you exhale, lower your hands to the ground, tuck your back toes, stretch through both legs, pyramid pose. Take a breath, breathing into the back of your right leg. Rebend your knee, bring your palms down, plank pose. From your plank, pushing your butt back to your heels, going down to beast, knees wide, looking forward, plank pose. Come forward, strong in center. 2 more. Press butt back, sit low, plank or chaturanga. 1 more, push back. Stay low, plank or chaturanga. And then finding your back bend. Oh, Cyrus. Back to downward facing dog. You go, she's over there. Go there. So from your down dog, bend your knees a lot. Drive your sitting bones up. Now pull your left knee to your chest, round forward, push the ground away, step into lunge, lower your back knee. As you take your hands behind your head, take the opposite pinky on top, and then just take a breath. Now, extend your arms up, take another breath. Arms could be open or Venus Mudra, maybe a baby back bend or a shoulder opener there. Moving to pyramid, lower your hands. Stretch both legs straight, cut your left hip back, wrap your outer right hip forward. Bend your knee, palms down, plank pose. From your plank, butt to heels, knees wide. It's getting low, looking forward, plank. Strong center the whole time. 2 more, press back. Option to stay even lower as you go to chaturanga. 1 more, push back. Chaturanga, plank. And then making your way to your back bend. Pressing back, downward facing. Bend your knees, butt up. Look forward. This time, right knee, right tricep. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Now, from here, pull your heart forward, come up on your fingertips. Drive your right foot down, Malasana, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Take your hands behind your head, interlace. Widen through your elbows. As you inhale, press to stand. Maybe a little back bend at the top if that feels good. Don't force it. Keep your elbows wide. Come back to Malasana with control. Let's do it again. Push down through your feet to rise up. A little bend to the knees is nice to help you lift up. Slide it back down. One more. Press up. Exhale, slide down. Lower your hands. Take your right foot back into lunge. So you're in a wide lunge. Tap your knee down. Now, right palm down. Take your left hand to your inner left thigh. Press it open. Option, lift your back knee. Take a breath. Look down, lower your left hand. Now try to pick up your foot first, Chaturanga. Swing it back slowly and lower. Inhale, upward facing. Back to downward facing. Bend your knees. Drive your sits bones up. Look forward, left knee, left tricep. Round and step. Now come up on your fingertips. Try to push through your left foot so that right leg can just step right up. Malasana, top of your mat. Now this time, elbows into your thighs. Turn your left knee up, or left heel up so you're rotating to the right. And then turn back to center. Rotate your right heel up. So you're using your elbows to push open through your inner thighs. Go to the other side. So keeping your hips in external rotation a bit here. And then turn across. Trying to keep your chest lifted. Just one more. Turn across. And turn across. And then back to center. Both heels down. Stretch to stand one time. Arms press up. Navel in. Drop back. Malasana. Hands to the ground. Step your left leg to lunge. Lower your knee. You're in a wide lunge. Let your right hip open. Right hand to your inner thigh. Press away. Option, lift your back knee. Take a breath in your twist. Looking down, lower your hand. Again, pick your foot up, sweep it back, Chaturanga. Finding your back bend as you inhale. And exhale back, downward facing. Okay, let's move a breath per movement, but again, nothing rushed today. Bend your knees a lot, sit bones up. Right foot outside of your right hand. Step. Tap your back knee down, heart forward. That right knee can open a bit. Stretch both legs straight. Go to the knife edge of your right foot. Rebending, look forward, Malasana, step up to squat. From here, hands behind your head. Try to lift your heart up, press to stand. Inhale. Back to squat. Step your left foot to the middle of your mat. Step your right leg back to lunge. Lower your knee. Hands stay behind your head if possible. Inhale. Sit a little deeper. Exhale. Stretch your arms up. Exhale. Right hand down, left arm up. Lift your back knee. Twisting runner's lunge. Let your left hip open if you want to go there. Creating a little more space, and then lean your left shoulder back. Inhale. Looking down. Take your time. Chaturanga. Flow back. Bending your knees a lot. Sit back. Looking forward, left foot outside of your left hand. And take an inhale, come up on your fingertips. As you exhale, turn that left foot out, stretch through both legs. Kind of a wide pyramid pose. Bend your front knee, Malasana, step up. Again, if you're too tough to take your hands behind your head, don't force it, but if you can, take them. Interlace, press up, inhale. Open up. Back down, Malasana. A little tricky here. If you need your hands down, take them. Otherwise, right foot steps in a little bit. You got to pick that left foot up and step it to a lunge. Now we're in a low lunge with our hands clasped behind our head. Take a breath. Stretch your arms up. Moving to twisting runner's lunge. Left hand down, back knee up. Stretch your right arm up. Again, option, let that right hip open if you want to go there. Take a breath, inhale. Hand comes down, chaturanga, sweep back. Now first time, take your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Now from there, one time, we're going to fallen triangle. Right knee across, spin your heel down, right foot extends, left arm up. Take a breath, left arm can stay up or forward. Going back to down dog split, pull your foot up. Option if you want, flip your dog. Adding a little more dynamic movement here. Now when you step your right foot forward, take it wide, outside of your mat. Lower your right hand, tap your back knee down. Little cobra in your chest, inhale. Right foot is out if you can. Stretch both legs straight. Bend your knee, look forward. Malasana. Hands behind your head. Okay, a little more oblique work. We've been warming for this. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to stand, right elbow, left knee, twist. Back to Malasana. Second side twist. Drop back. Just 2 more rounds. Don't worry if you don't touch knee to tricep or knee to elbow, I should say. This is a balance sequence, of course. Last one. Drop down. Left foot turns forward, right leg back. Low lunge, hands are clasped. Inhale. Exhale, right hand forward, left arm back in your low lunge. Now inhale, back to hands behind your head. Maybe adding a little back bend now if you got a little more. Same thing, exhale, twist, open it up. One more, inhale. Exhale. From this twisting position, lower your left hand to your right hamstring, stretch your right arm up. As you exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Maybe both legs can straighten, maybe just the back knee lifts. Okay, you got a little time to flow this. Ready? Lower your knee, left hand back, right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Again, maybe just your back knee, maybe both legs. One more. Take it up. And find that twisting runner's lunge, maybe a straight leg. Now again, nothing fast today. From here, we're going to Skandasana in our right leg. Pivot your right foot down, sit back into that right hip. Let's keep it to a lunge. Right hand forward, left knee bends, left arm up. Now we're in twisting runner's lunge. Let's do it again, Skandasana. Sit it back. Let's take one more. Twisting runner's lunge. Skandasana, sit it back. Take a breath here. I want you to start to see that side plank on your right hand and how we're going to get there. Come forward, take it back, side plank, right hand. Now you can modify with your back knee down. Okay, when we were on the ground, this is where I wanted to get to. Left hand behind your head, inhale. We got 5, exhale, left elbow towards right elbow twist. Try not to turn your hips. Inhale, open. Exhale, 2. Squeeze your inner thighs. 3 more, inhale. Open up your shoulders, twist on your exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last one. As you twist down, lower your left hand, chaturanga. take your time. Flow back to downward facing. Take a breath. Now, lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Keep lifting your right armpit. Try not to collapse that shoulder. We go one time, fallen triangle. Kick it through. Extend your right arm up or over your ear. Take a breath. Looking down, down dog split or flip your dog. Looking forward, we're gonna go wide. Left foot steps wide. Tap your back knee down. Come up on your fingertips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, straighten through both legs. Just a breath here. Bend your knee, look forward. Malasana. Last time through like this, drop down. Now, a little different this time. Instead of behind our head, what you're gonna do is as you come up, you're gonna take your left hand, try to tap your right foot as you straighten it, and then drop back, Malasana. Right hand taps your left foot. Could also be your knee with your knee bent. Drop back 1, 3 rounds. Stand up, tap. It's more than a tap, it's more like a hold, right? Tapping's easy. It's that control we're looking for. So how's my psoas? Can I get it to hold for a moment as I drop down? 2. One more round. Up. And lower. Up. And lower. Press up, inhale. Soft knees, open up. Maybe find a little bit more of a lift. Back down. Just leave your hands up. Right foot forward, left leg back to lunge. And then as you come to low lunge, hands behind your head. Take a breath before we start. Okay, here we go. In this twisting sequence, inhale. Exhale, right hand back, left arm forward. 2 more. Everything is 3s here. Inhale. Exhale, twist. If you really drive your left shin down, one more time, inhale, you won't notice much movement in your legs. That's what you want here. Exhale, twist. Now from this position, right hand to your left hamstring, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down, back knee up. Option to straighten your right leg as well. Let's do it again. Inhale, lower everything. Exhale, twist 2. One more, inhale. And twist 3. Take a breath here before we move on. Start with your left heel, pivot it, Skandasana in that left hip. Now from your Skandasana, twisting runner's lunge. Same rotation, we're just keeping our right knee bent now. 1. Let's do it again, Skandasana. And twist 2. One more time, inhale, press it back. Now this time start to see your side plank. One more time, we're gonna go this time, left hand down, side plank. Set it up. Again, modify, hold, or right hand behind your head. Inhale, push back, twist 1. Inhale. Twist 2, flex your feet, squeeze your inner thighs, it'll help. 3 more, inhale. Exhale. For 2. And twist. Last one, inhale. Twist, hand down, Chaturanga Flow. Back to downward facing. Okay, let's breathe in some of these poses now. We've been building this slow flow. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip, option to flip. We're going to meet in low lunge. Step forward, lower your back knee. Stretch your arms up. Okay, 5 breaths. I'm going to go hands behind head. I've been enjoying that. I'm going to move a little side to side. You can take hands behind your back, interlace. You can start to reach back for your back heel if you want a deeper back bend. Or you can just stay upright and enjoy the lunge. 4 more breaths. If you're in a deep back bend, take your time, stretch your arms up. Pull your palms to your heart. Lift up, left elbow, right thigh. Twisting runner's lunge. Option to lift your back knee. Option to split your arms or bind. Nothing fancy in this transition, just a good lunge that's going to serve you for 5 breaths. Look down as you lower your hands, lower your back knee. Push back, runner stretch. Now we played with this on stretch on Thursday. Take your right thigh, externally rotate it so the pinky toe edge comes down. Stay there. If you want, tap your forearms down inside of your right thigh. So now we're more towards the outer leg, not straight in the back of the leg. If that's too much, you can take your normal runner stretch. Let's breathe for 5. Either way, flex your foot, drive your heel forward, curl your toes back in either position. You'll feel a little bit more engagement. Got 3 more breaths. Now walk back up to a seated position. Bend your right knee so that your right foot lines up with your left knee and slide your hands back. All right, it's almost like camel, but it's really front of left thigh stretch. We'll take 3 times. So push your right foot down and then just press your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, sit down. Just pulsing that. 2 more. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now staying in this, I like to call a little perch here. Bring your hands forward. Ideally, your left sitting bone is on your heel, but if you need to modify, a block under your seat is great. Take your hands wide and fold, but if you can, Marichasana. Bind up the front of your right shin and then fold forward over your left thigh. Let's take a few breaths here. Okay, come back up. Take your hands behind you just a little bit, about framing your hips, and stretch your right leg straight. Now, point your foot, demi-point your foot, pull your heart forward. Just 5 leg raises here. So from your lower abdominals, engage, lift your right leg, tap it down 1. Lift, 2, 3, 2 more. Last one, lower it down. Now from there, kick your left leg forward, sit down. Shake out your legs. So that single leg lift was your warm up. Now's the fun one. Squeeze your inner thighs, very similar to what you did on your back when you squeeze your inner thighs. If your hands are next to your knees, it's easier. If your hands are next to your ankles, I'm not there yet. I'm about halfway. Ready? We're gonna do 10. These are a little quicker. Look forward, lift your legs. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There you go. Okay. Did Calvin do them? Yeah, okay, good. Bend your left knee. All right, we played with this too. We're going to go for compass here, just for a nice little stretch here before we do the other side. But starting, bend your right knee. Take your left hand outside of your right foot, right hand to your thigh. Think of an accordion. Just pull that foot, your left foot to your left shoulder, and then take it forward. Try to pull your heart forward. Now this, you can just stay with this, but if you can cradle your right leg, do so, and try to pull your heart into it. And just breathe here for a moment. This is a very intense pigeon, right, which I really enjoy. If your foot is dropping, lift your foot up to the level of your knee. You should feel a little bit more. Now from there, you're going to take your right knee in half happy baby and pull it back. Keep your heart lifted. And then take your left hand outside of your right foot, right hand under your right calf muscle. Prop it up on your right shoulder, moving towards compass. I like to lift my right sitting bone first, right hand down. Squeeze your inner thigh to your shoulder. Guess what? If you look like me right now and you feel it, just stay there. Otherwise, start to kick your right leg straight. Look under your left armpit. I know, a few breaths here. For the first time in all of my years of teaching, my mother has been taking these classes. I know this is one of her favorites. So 3 more breaths. Okay, rebend. We got to transition back. We're just going to go straight back like this. Take your right shoulder, your right thigh, clamp it over your shoulder. Bring your palms down. Now, you just lean forward. You lift your left leg. You slide it back. Chaturanga. Simple. Up dog. Just waiting for Calvin to go. Back to close. Back to down dog. My wife doesn't usually take this class, but you know, it's nice having someone else in the room sometimes, besides the cats. Okay, last side of this flow, then we'll stretch. Left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hips. Stay for a breath or tap it back, dancing dog. We're going to meet in low lunge. And now she's yawning, so that's her response to me. Stretch your arms up, 5 breaths. So you can stay here, hands behind your head, back. You can go into a deeper back bend work with what you got here. 5 breaths in your lunge. Again, just, you can of course have your back knee up, but the more you push down with that right shin, the more you're going to feel the front of your right thigh. That's really what you want to look for. 2 more breaths here. Now pulling your palms to your heart, lifting up. We're going to take our twisting runner's lunge next. Again, you can take it however you want. Knee down, knee up, bind it up. 5 breaths. Last breath here. Now always come out of your twist slowly. Lower your back knee. Sit back. You can be halfway back for this or all the way back. Now, traditional runner stretch. Your foot is up. We're going for external rotation. So see if you can, from your femur, rotate your hip. Let your ankle follow. And then just fold inside of your left leg there. Maybe your forearms come down. Don't force it. If not, not a big deal. And take 5 breaths. Just keep that left foot active. Imagine you're like a deadlift or a kettlebell swing. You're trying to pull your left sitting bone to the back wall behind you. And that should help you maintain the stretch. And 2 more breaths here. Okay, walk your hands back. As you sit up, you're going to bend your left knee and put your foot down so that your left foot is pretty even with your right knee. I like to be at my fingertips here, a little more space, 3 times. Just press up like a camel, drive your right hip forward, and sit down 1. Inhale, shoulders squeeze, heart lifts there. 2. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. And then walk your hands forward. And again, you can just kind of fold in here with your left tricep in front of your shin. This is plenty. Otherwise, you can see if you can wrap it up into Marichasana, the bind on this side, and then fold over your right thigh and breathe here. If you feel it a bit in your right ankle, it's not overwhelming, that's a good thing. Stretching out the front of your shin, your ankle there is part of this stretch. 2 more breaths. Okay, release that. Come back. Stretch your left leg straight. Extend through your toe mound. Your hands are right below your shoulders. Now from center, lift that left leg. Lower 1. Lift. 2. 3 more. Lift. 2 more. And 1. Drop your right foot inside, swing it around, and we're seated. Okay, one of my favorite gymnastic warm-ups. I do this a lot. So hands forward, maybe a little bit more forward. It's just 10 pulses. Try not to lean back too much. Pull your heart forward, squeeze everything in, lift your legs, go. 10. 5. And release. I've been doing those for over a year. They never get easier. Okay, from there, bend your right knee back. And then take your right hand, take your left foot, and then left hand to your left thigh. And first, always, again, think of like an accordion stretch. So that knee stays stable. Just pull your right foot towards your right armpit and then release it. Sorry, left foot, right armpit, right. Now, next time you pull in, you can stick with this, or if you can cradle, cradle. And I like to rock, but right now I'm really just focused on pulling my shin to my chest and then lifting and lengthening my spine simultaneously. If you engage your abdominal muscles while you do that, kind of feels like when you're in squat, right? You're in this externally rotated position in your hips, but you're trying to lengthen from your lower abdominal muscles all the way through the crown of your head. And 2 more breaths. And then half happy baby. Just prepare for compass here. And setting up your compass, slide your left thigh over your left shoulder, right hand outside of your foot. Lift up in your left sitting bone if you need. And then you can be right here and just squeeze, that's fine. If you can start to get that leg straight, go for it. Might be a little different, the side's a little tighter on me. Two more breaths. Now as you rebend your knee, clamp it. That clamping action is so big. Palms are down. Simple. You just lift up and you shoot your right leg back and left leg meets it, right? That's it. Okay, here we go. Lift up. Woo. Right leg shoots back. Left leg shoots back. Chaturanga. There we are. upward facing, and back to downward facing dog. And then make your way on to your backs. Okay, sitting for a moment. When you get to your backs, hug your knees into your chest and shake out your spine. There we go. Should say roll out. Okay, right back where we started, although we've put in all the work now. Let's take 2 back bends, spinal twist, and then we are done. So you can do bridge or wheel, 2 wheels. I'm going to do a bridge, lift up, 5 breaths. Come on down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Drop your knees in. Take a breath. Hopefully that feels pretty good at this point. We got all of our movement in on a Saturday morning. Let's take one more. Open it up. Send you into your weekend here. Back bend number 2. Come on down. Hug your knees in. Give a squeeze there. And then let your knees fall over to the left side of your body for a spinal twist. If you want any variations, of course, eagle wrap or straight legs, play with it. Just breathe. Make sure both shoulders are on the ground. That's the important part here. Coming back through center. Center off your hips first, your lower back, and then drop your knees over to the right. Left shoulder down, breathe here. Back to center. Stretch everything out. Shavasana. And as always, I will leave you here. But please take at least 5 minutes here to give your body a bit of rest. And I thank you for practicing with me on this Saturday. I'll see you again on Tuesday for Dynamic Flow. Namaste.